Welcome back on deynonmod. Today I propose you the first part of the video about how to magnetize the Mortarchs. In this case I have here Neferata, that is the female Mortarch of the Nagash session. And here it's how I magnetized it. First I take off Neferata, so to make you see here the magnet that I put it in the butt, and I put it 342mm cylinder one. Why? Because I wanted a magnet that was able to keep the magnet that I put on the chair here, always again a 342mm one. For this I a little drill part of the chair, and then I put inside the magnet to make a bit more effort with the glue to keep the magnet in position. Then I put the magnet inside here, as you can see, always a 342mm one. And here it's a way to make a magnet stronger, putting the magnets together. So that they can keep the sitting. I take off so to be more able to. Then the head, that is changeable. I put inside here a 242mm one, and inside here again a 242mm one again. Remember always about the values of the magnets. I put a link here with the video where I explain about such a thing. Then this part I made the color not glue, so you can take off and put on and change between the different colors, or without if you want. I decided not to do a magnet here because I found it quite uncomfortable. I prefer to have this thing mechanic pressure instead of a magnet one. And here the arms. This I done as first magnetizing, and I done it for a simple reason. I was worried to break them, because the tip that there was here, it was not so comfortable to use, so I was always worried that the mechanical keeping it was not so strong to keep. Anyway, I suggest you to choose between, as I done, a 242mm ones in both the parts, or to use, and I think that it's better. The next ones that I prepare will be with 342mm ones, using a 342mm. It's a bit more solid, I think, so you can see that it can be more comfortable and have more magnetic force. Remember to pay attention, because as you can see here, it's quite comfortable to put a 342mm one, but at the same time you risk to break this part, so try to take it a bit more inside when you create this hole for the magnet. Anyway, I think that it's better to use the 342mm ones. And then the last thing that I magnetize is the base. So I put on the base 3 magnets. Here that it's there is a hole where to put. I put a 3mm diff, always a 5mm on the base, because I needed more area to use to keep the magnet force more stronger and balance it. So here a 543mm ones, here a 542, and here a 542. Anyway, remember that this is changeable between related from how you magnetize the base itself. I chosen 5 for 1 mm once here, but what I change is here. I let this part not painted because I want you to understand how I made it. This part I realized it's a jewel Fisher base, and this part that you see I realized with a pin, a rolling pin. So I use the green stuff and then pass on it a rolling pin, so to make the design about Egypt that I think it was more suitable for Neferata to have. So I prepared a specific base. The base it's not yet finished, so I have to finish to make the lights and so on, but it's anyway understandable how I did it. So to make this, it's able to take in this way quite a lot of efforts, so it's not problematic if you make climbing something or so on. Not raise too much because otherwise it can't sustain the magnet force, it's not so strong. To make the magnet force strong enough, you have to change these ones, but I prefer not to have too much thick ones here because I don't find quite comfortable. Because otherwise if you move on a not flat surface, you risk to have the magnets to risk to not make the model positioning good. And the other things that you can do is to make better here the position of the magnets. For example, I had to make a bit of efforts here in the way to make the magnets more straight inside the hole that I created. So it's a nice passage that I had to do. Anyway, it's a model that I suggest you to do, and I think that it's quite comfortable to realize. So I suggest you anyway to try. There is another part that you can magnetize, and is where the tail and the first part of the vertebral column colligate to the middle part of the vertebral and the ribs itself. So here you can magnetize. I was tempted to do it, but I decided not to do for one simple reason. This is too heavy. So you should have used quite a bit of efforts to put inside the magnet, but it's not the real thing. Its problem is that being too heavy, it's not so stable. So I decided to glue it and have the magnets in this way. So I propose again in the next videos the other models that you can use, because you can change the chair and the models, putting for example Arkan or Manfred on the model itself. And the head is simple, so also here the color you can change without a problem. I really like also without, but Neferata I prefer to have a more classic model as it represented, so I decided to do this in this way. Anyway, it's quite good as a model, not a lot complicated. The real thing that you'll have a bit of trouble preparing is the part here about the ghosts, but it's not so complicated at the end. You only need to follow really good the instruction of the model. So I invite you to ring the bell, to put a like on the video, and to comment the video if you're interested in other things, or if you have some questions and so on that you would like. From deynonmod it's everything. To the next time.